Yo, hello everyone. Welcome to a new live stream for the daily stock analysis. So nice to see all of you. We're gonna see what's gonna happen today with after this bloody night that we saw, of course, yesterday. However, everything was expected. We were looking for this top here. Everything is working perfectly as per our analysis, and we see, of course, wave one finished, right? So let me welcome all of you first. Shafi, hi KG, hope you're well. I'm great, thank you buddy. I hope the same for you. Everyone hit the likes and share the stream, as Shafi says. Thank you Shafi for reminding us always. Thank you guys for your support again. Shafi, my request is AMAT, applied materials, please. Yes, let's do this. So AMAT. All right, the Biliak, how you doing? The Anon, silver. Yes, we're gonna do silver, XAG. Yes, welcome to the live stream, Anon and Biliak. Nice to see you. Good day to be alive. Yes, Biliak, of course. The Bearded Chemist, good morning, buddy. Coin target from video looks like it hit today. Oh, great, man. Nice to know. Played out wonderfully. Thank you. You're very welcome, buddy. You're very welcome. Glad that it works and that it always helps. So could we have today STX? Yes. Here we go. STX. Hello, Totti. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. I don't know how to read the name, but he says hello. Hello, man, and see you. Of course, nice to see you as well. And Kobe says, hi, KG, correction is here, and it's time for cash on the sidelines. Yes, of course, the correction, the big correction, actually, is there. Yes, is a very, very big one. We're going to see, of course, on the daily. Felix, nice to see you. Marshalls, hi. All right, guys, let's move on. We start with NASDAQ, and we are at a 12-minute. So for NASDAQ, we are looking at a little bit on the daily here to see, of course, this perfect finishing for a wave one here in the yellow scenario, where we have, of course, a potential 1-2, wave 3, and then you got an expanding flat for wave 4, perfect hit for the wave 4, by the way, in the fib levels for wave C, and then continuation simply impulsively toward the upside, a 1-2-3 wave 4 given, and then 1-2-3 4 and a 5 for a wave 5, and we start to, of course, estimate a top here, and of course the signal was given very firmly yesterday with this big move towards the downside, very great red candles, and it might only be the beginning, of course, of a big corrective waves here. For a wave 2, of course, taken, and now we need to update this, by the way, taken from the top there. And based on the lower here for this wave 1, we're going to see, of course, wave 2 between the 20K 565, yes, and potentially can be deeper towards the 19K 600. Right? So The structure that we are looking for is, of course, at least a 3 waves. It should be in any form. It can be, of course, ABC zigzag. It can be nobody knows W, X, and a wave Y, 3 by 3 by 3. It can be 3 by 3 by 5. It can be 5 by 3 by 5. Okay? So any structure can be there, of course, for us as zigzag, as a flat, or even as W, X, and a Y. We're going to estimate what it's going to be, when it's going to finish, which target is going to take. Is it the minimum target or lower? And based, of course, on the structure, we can know more or less later on. So I would say yes, NASDAQ is there, of course, for a bear market. Now we have a rate cut September. Yeah, remember this this icon that we put here to remind us, of course, if the rate cut for September is gonna move, of course, for NASDAQ. Now, of course, we heard the Fed saying, "Oh, maybe not." Yeah, so okay, he can he can speak as much as he wants. Honestly, it's too much a little bit. But I think, of course, in September, there is no way that we cannot have a cut. Otherwise, we're going to bleed very massively. If no cut was going to be made here, that will be very, very bad, of course, for the market. We might go back, of course, to the green zone probably. If we fail it, then we're bearish even more. That is crazy, right? So he cannot joke about this even. Yep. So we're gonna see, of course, what we're gonna see. I'm a little bit angry at the Fed because I mean it was time for at least a cut. It will not hurt anything. A simple cut will not hurt anything. It will make the market flow on for all the markets, not just the stocks. I don't know. It's politics, guys. Paul, hi KG. Can you please take a look again at NVO? All right, we can take a look at it. Yes, NVO. Yesterday you took a look at the wrong exchange with limited chart history. Okay, it was my fault because I wrote NOV instead of NVO. Okay, I hope this time it was Novo before. Also, no problem, buddy. I hope this time we tackle it. Camel Blue, hello, man. Nice to see you. All right, so yeah, so let's move inside it to see where this drop is leading us. So basically, I made today, of course, a quick update in the morning for the daily. So we are on the 1 hour chart here as a 1, 2. You have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave 3. And then, of course, a wave 4 and a 5. As I mentioned, one more low was a very potential for a wave 5. And here we go. We got it. And we start to move towards the upside right now for a wave 2. So basically, on the lower time frame right now, let's start our labeling, right? So this, yes, we finished exactly as. Have you realized how much precise was ending diagonal before hitting the 1-to-1 fib level of a wave 3 here? Yeah, before getting longer than a wave 3 in just a very tiny gap. How much incredible the price sometimes is, right? Yeah, so we have here a 1, 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5, right? So we have this first scenario, which is, of course, might be a wave 1 here, right? Wave 1, and higher possibility that it might be, of course, a wave 1. I'm going to put this in brackets. And here we go. So this might be, of course, a wave 2, of course, unfolding for higher again a little bit to recover for a wave 2. And then, of course, continuation toward the downside. Now, another scenario can be, of course, the A, the B, and the C as well, right? We're going to put this into Y, A, B, C as well, because we need to estimate whether probably you can be, of course, here in a regular flat. This is going to transform to a big wave A, then 3 waves up, then 5 waves down, right? Or it can be W, and then X, and then you get a wave Y as 3 waves as well. So therefore, we always have to keep both case scenarios there. And we'll see whether A or a wave 1, this to be estimated, of course, later on there. But both case scenarios right now are seeking for a wave 2 or a wave B. Minimum target for a wave 2 here is, of course, as usual, the 0.38. This time, we are looking in the reverse side, right? We were looking for the upside the whole time. This time we're gonna reverse the things. It is of course for wave 2, ABC potentially of course, or it can be of course wave 2 here, or wave B probably at the 0.5. Now don't forget the 0.23 can be of course a target for wave B as well, very shallow, but in case that it is a zigzag, because the zigzag loves to be like, again, like a thunder, like a blitz, right? And it would love to have a very fast wave B, shallow, and then moving directly for wave C towards the downside. So be careful with it, okay? Yeah, keep it just in mind for this scenario. Yep, this is regarding NASDAQ, guys. For today, that it is, is the price is very clear, right? Nothing is very hard to predict here. So let's see SPX. Let me arrange. Here we go. Yeah, I have to go to SPX, starting of course from the new chart, which is the US 500, but I couldn't find yet time to bring all of that. But yeah, I'm gonna put it as a reminder as well after the stream. I'm gonna do this for sure, guys, because of course the US 500 shows the current price, right? So currently we are 6,339. Yes, so better to dive here, guys. All right. So simply we have topped for wave 3 here. Yeah, so I'm gonna start from there, by the way. Here we go. On the daily, we have here a 1-2, 1-2, wave 3. And we're looking for wave 4. Okay, so this wave 1 is there as running flat, and then you started here to have a 1-2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. This is your small wave 5 finished there. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave 5, finished wave 3. Currently, we are looking for a wave 4 in an impulse, of course. Minimum and common target is 0.23. Can be deep, of course, for the 0.38. I'm expecting it, by the way, because NASDAQ is going to the 0.38 as well, which is minimum target for wave 2, because NASDAQ topped for wave 5 there, right? So yeah, very possibly that wave 4 for SPX might be deep here to the 0.38, 5,750. All right. So basically, on the lower time frame, if we have topped here, we need, I think I need to hydrate a little bit. Okay. If we have topped here, therefore, we are looking at the 1 hour chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Probably, I would say this is already your wave 3, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave 3. You have still 1, 2, 4, and a 5. In the last update, I was expecting one more low. It was taken perfectly as a 1, 2, 1. Okay, we have double 1, 2. Yes, and double 4, 5. You have 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. As you can see, the first wave 4 related to this one here. The second wave 4 is related to this one there. This is your final wave 5. And we're looking, of course, here at a basically finished wave 1. So I would say let's label this 1, 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5 finished there. No need for the micros so much. So basically we have finished here, therefore, wave 1 as well, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 in brackets magenta. Here we go. And we're looking also for a potential A, B, and a C in the blue scenario, right? Targets, again, for this both scenarios might be, of course, between the 0.38, right, and the 0.5, as if it's going to play normal, yeah, as per common targets. Wave 2, wave B can hit the 0.5. Again, if it is a wave B, sometimes wave B is very shallow. So be careful again from the 0.23. It's uncommon, but be careful from it, okay? It might be sometimes be hit, right? So here we go. I'm gonna set this as 2 hours. And in this way, we have started already our counting on the US 500 here chart. Great. So targets at least is 6,330. I'm looking for it for SPX, and of course to start to see something moving down again. All right. Let's move for the gold. Let's see the gold. By the way, we saw a pump today, as expected. By the way, in the we expected a little bit to move for higher in the quick update for the daily, and it worked, right? So here we go. All right, we start to see something for higher as expected. So I'm still expecting, as I mentioned, for the gold, we are still in this triangle shape. Yeah. So we are still in this triangle shape, A, B, C, D, E. And as I mentioned, since we are above the 3,245, I'm still looking for higher prices, whether corrective or bullish. Okay. It can be okay that, of course, it finished right now very fast correction, I would say, based on the daily, which is, anyway, it is long, but I mean, based on the daily, still need time actually. And it might be bullish, guys, right? So it might be bullish, but be careful. It still can be corrective, that because of the time. Based on the daily, of course, you still need a little bit more time, okay? Plus, we didn't reach, of course, the 0.23 here, right? The 0.23 Fib level, which is at 3,000, very psychological number. And potentially you can have here a W if this is gonna really finish as a triangle and start to unfold something corrective toward the upside. If this is gonna finish as corrective, by the way, this is very high prices, but still corrective can be, of course, for example, zigzag, wave X. You might have a wave Y later on hitting this target in another zigzag, for example. Yeah, so we might see this a potential scenario, guys, as for example zigzag wave X and then zigzag wave Y. Triangles is not probable because you already got your triangle in W. Okay, very far possibility, almost like impossible to get another triangle. All right, so you have a triangle W, potentially X zigzag, potentially Y again another zigzag, hitting the time, hitting the targets, the fib level, and then starting towards the 4K for the gold. Meaning right now, if we are still above this triangle invalidation, meaning the W is very valid, right? And the correction also is very likely as a zigzag toward the upside and then moving down, unless 3,245 is taken. If we move inside it to see a little bit much more close insight, and of course we don't see really something here very bullish. I see three waves up, honestly, on the 1 hour chart. Now this can be, of course, a wave A, yeah, an impulse internally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here I still see a little bit struggling. I see a zigzag potentially. It can be, of course, leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or an ending diagonal for a 1 to 1 fib level, A, B, and a C. Okay, and then moving for lower, taking the invalidation. Therefore, of course, something else might be unfolding, which is the following target. So we hit the first target. As you can see, we have many blue boxes, guys, here that we are expecting the gold anyway is gonna hit it sooner or later. The 3,000 has to be taken sooner or later. But is it like moving up and down, or it's gonna move down directly? This is a question mark, right? So basically, if we break the 3,245, we're gonna move to the next target, which is, of course, the 3,235. What does it mean, this target? It's an A, B, and a C. Okay, what is ABC? Therefore, it is W, X, and a Y. And when you finish three wave, well, you will think, okay, it's time for bullish, right? Yes, very likely it can be bullish. Again, repeating the same scenario. It can be bullish, but don't forget the time and the fib levels not hit yet in a bigger overview. Meaning, can have a bigger wave again, corrective, considering the whole thing here, three waves correctives, three waves up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, regular flat. Right? A in WX and a Y, zigzag for a wave B, can be expanding flat, of course, taking new highs even and then moving impulsively toward the downside for a wave C. Expanding flat or regular flat can be potential. So I'm not gonna make headaches and confusion for you for these boxes right now. Let's pass box after the other. Let's keep priority, right? Let's not create confusion step by step. First thing I would like to see is anyway this 3,300 taken, whether in diagonal or in impulse. And if this happens and we move down, okay, next box might be there, okay? And then, yeah, we're looking for higher again. So, yeah. Unless, of course, we break the things and we enter this big blue box for wave Y or wave C, but later on. I don't want to create confusion. Yes, so these are the potential scenario. My target right now is 3,300 and I take it from there. If we're moving higher, okay, that is an impulse. And here where we start to think, okay, is it a wave A or a wave 1? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're bullish for K, right? But if it is a wave A, this is your zigzag, A, B, and a C, and then moving down. Okay, step by step. Again, of course, we take it from there. Marshalls, I wasn't going to ask tonight, but it seems a bit quiet. So can you look at net wealth and NWL? Yes, of course, man. No worries. You can ask for anything, buddy. You're very welcome and with pleasure always. UNH, yeah, me total 40%. So diamond. And for me at the moment. Okay. Are you asking then for UNH, I think, right? So yeah, we can take a look anyway. All right. Okay, guys. So Nvidia at 30 minutes. Let's see what the stocks did, of course, last night because it was very bloody, right? So, okay, nice. So yeah, we were expecting that we have topped for Nvidia probably here in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yes, very likely. And we were looking for this target. So anyway, we're looking for this blue box here, right? And we just got it. So we're gonna see, of course, how this is going to unfold. Now, the scenario for this target, of course, is a 1-2, right? So what if now we finish, of course, a wave 5? But the question mark is, since we didn't took the blue box perfectly, because wave 5 can simply take the high in 5-way structures. Now the question mark, is it a 1-2? And then 3, 4, 5, for example? Well, yeah, we have to think about it, of course, regarding the NASDAQ right now and everything happening. So we have to reconsider this. But yes, the possibility is still there, of course, that it transforms this like a wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5 towards the upside. Probably. Okay, but currently we are looking at an impulse, right? We see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also for wave 3, 4, and a 5, meaning big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, very unlikely right now to have something like this. Okay, something bullish, right? So we might see, of course, ABC or potentially even longer wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 also towards the downside for Nvidia. I believe Nvidia is not gonna be so much affected, but anyway, in all case scenario, I'm looking for this zone, wave 4, right? This wave 4 is around the 157 minimum target. Therefore, I'm expecting Nvidia at least to move to this target. Okay, it might not be NASDAQ. Okay, but it might be, of course, a little bit bearish here. It might take time until NASDAQ start to recover somehow. Yeah. So wave 4. Don't forget, it's a wave 4. It might be triangle and taking time. For example. Okay, guys. Yep. So this is what I see for Nvidia. Now, 886 is your confirmation, of course, that, okay, we have to eliminate the option to move towards the upside here, the 166, okay? So that is, of course, kind of like impossible, right? Yeah, especially under the pressure of the lower prices from NASDAQ. So next target, I would say for, let's put a target. Okay, so since this one is hit, I prefer to remove it. Wave 5, maybe we keep the green one here potentially to not forget it. And let me just add the new target for wave B or for wave 2. Okay, so the target for wave 2 can be around, of course, the 176, 178. We're gonna see this. Okay, let's see Palantir. 34. Okay. All right, Palantir. Yeah, we saw a drop yesterday, of course, and we see here a clear ABC for Palantir. Okay, so basically, finally, we got an answer, guys. We don't see, of course, a massive impulse. Finally, we got the answer. We don't have to think about it anymore. And of course, time to a little bit clean up. So we hit, of course, the blue box here as expected. This is a blue box exactly at 0.618 for a wave 5 here. Okay, so we finished, I would say, kind of like wave 5 after wave 4 here, wave 3 there, and wave 1. Yes, here we go. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 ending diagonal. Why? Because we didn't took, again, of course, the high. We didn't took confirmation for higher with a very tiny gap, guys. So incredible. So yeah, so this is exactly what we are looking at right now. What does it mean that we have finished a wave 5 for Palantir, by the way? Let's go to the daily. And that means, of course, once you finished here, yeah, you finished a major wave 3 as well. Here we go. This is wave 5 in the yellow. Wave 3, you are looking for a wave 4 there. Let's clean up also here. After wave 3, you're looking for this wave 4, which it should be, of course, between, let me just make sure that we took it right. Wave 2, okay, yes. This is the top, all right. Okay, so updated the price is, of course, between those targets. Okay, for a wave 4, 127. Might be deep, might be not, but can be, of course, triangle or a zigzag. Zigzag, very deep, or might be a triangle. Okay, but I'm expecting if triangle, you're gonna have a very massive ABC here. Okay, so something like that as triangle, and then moving towards the upside. Yep, so we're gonna see this. Those are the targets internally. Hello, Shailesh. Good morning. Internally, after this top here, it's very interesting. I would say the top is there, right? It's very interesting that this looks like ABC. Very, very interesting. And still not taking the low because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I would say Palantir still showing power. Very cool. Because you're looking here at A, B, and a C. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. 1-to-1 fib level still need to be hit 152. One more leg towards the downside. But why it show power? Because it's not impulsive. I mean, it can be, of course, a 1-2 and another 1-2, probably later on. But currently, it looks like kind of like a regular flat. What does it mean? It might be, of course, a W, X, and a Y, or 3 ways down, 3 ways up for a bigger regular flat. And then we take it as a W later on. So it's gonna be like kind of like complex corrective structure and not very impulsive toward the downside. Okay, this is what I'm expecting for Palantir. We're gonna see how this is going to work, but yeah, I'm expecting a complex structure and not very bearish and very like very aggressive. This is what I want to say, aggressive. All right, so that is for Palantir. The targets right now still, of course, around the 150, but I see this like moving. Okay, but it's not impulsive. Okay, unless it is double 1, 2, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Therefore, be careful. Keep this in mind. Yes, invalidation of bearish in case we take this price. That is something you have to consider here, because if this is an impulse 1-2-1-2 wave 3-4-5 wave 4 is not allowed to interfere with the zone 1. To make it much more clearer, of course, because we are mostly bearish, let's take this way, zone 1. Okay, what if this is an A, B, and a C running flat, and then or W, X, and Y, and moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So let's keep this in mind. 157. If taken, okay, that is something really complex or bullish, incredible. So for Palantir, but I doubt it, guys. I doubt it. Okay, the next one is Tesla. Let's see Tesla, of course. Well, I saw it today on Discord. So I think Tesla, yeah, is expanding the triangle. I already mentioned this in the Discord. So we have an expanded triangle. Of course, it was a fake out here. And incredibly, how it has invalidated the impulse. But anyway, yeah, it can be. So A, B, C, D, and a E. Okay, so the wave E right now is still working. And I believe you still need one more low. If we move inside it, you see a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for wave 1, 2. Yes, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it invalidated? Yeah, this is anyway corrective. It's not very impulsive. It is corrective, guys. Okay, so it is corrective 3 ways. It might be, of course, even 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 expanding diagonal. All right, which can be in a zigzag, very rare case scenario. A, B, and a C, right? And then heading, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe one more low is much more preferable. Okay, one more low, much more preferable, and we take it from there. But don't forget the invalidation of triangle, meaning if the things are going to reverse in the market and going very pessimistic, of course, especially with Tesla, 290 here is your target or invalidation of triangle. And if we move down, okay, forget about the triangle. That is something else unfolding here. Okay, and it might be the next target, the 1-to-1 for level A, B, and a C. All right, it can be in any form here. Like it can be, of course, 1-2, 1-2 probably, and then transforming for a wave 3. But I doubt it. I mean, yeah, this can be, of course, impulsive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, invalidation. Yeah, this cannot be 1, 2. All right, it cannot be really, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, yes, it still can be, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Let me zoom in. So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Can be ABC for wave 2, and then another 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. Only in case, of course, 290 is taken. Okay, as invalidation. But basically, you would like to see one more high. But how it's gonna work with NASDAQ? Yeah, it's a question mark. Therefore, watch the 290. That's why. Great. Let's see Apple. 43. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, for Apple, it has took the target finally almost, right? With this drop yesterday. So I would say this is not a triangle. It's eliminated. It took the 1-to-1 fib level. And yes, as expected, we're still expecting this wave 5, guys. Even despite everything, you might expect this wave 5. But this wave 5 is very right now, very disaster. Okay, but still can be wave 1, 2, and then 1, 2 again, probably continuation toward the upside. Still, of course, very likely to have wave 5, guys. All right. I'm looking at least, of course, to take the high, at least. Now, if we're gonna see potential of massive impulse, next target is of course the 241. As 1, 2, 3, wave 4 might be extended. Why? Because wave 4 is very long in time and in range. Plus, you range it a lot before. It's time for an explosion, right? But the question mark, can it work during NASDAQ and SPX moving down? Very interesting, right? We'll see. We'll see, guys. Yep. Let's see your chat. Totib, Birded Chemist, I'm stuck with UNH. I can only do so much. I am waiting for the exchange rate to go up next. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so be careful, guys, when trading. Be careful, guys. Always trade safe. Always have risk management. What if? Yeah, always ask, what if the things goes wrong? Can I handle the loss, or yeah, can I wait, or can I don't know, get out without damage so much? So this is a question that you want to fill out, of course, before you enter a trade. Okay, any entry, guys, just to keep the things safe. And always, for example, look at the worst case scenario in Elliott wave. Look at its target. Can I cover this worst case scenario as a loss or not? This from here you should start, of course, with your risk management, guys. The bearded chemist, the past Apple has diverged from NASDAQ and SPX. Past Apple? Yeah, if you mean this move toward the upside, yes, of course, it has diverged, yes. I mean, it's, you mean decoupled, yeah. Yeah, it's not necessarily that NASDAQ moved down. It means like all the stocks should move down. I'm expecting some of them show strength. At the end, don't forget that each company is based on their own projects. And of course, all these influence of projects goes inside NASDAQ. But one company can simply thrive. You know, it depends what the sentiments are towards this company and their projects. So this is the thing. All right, guys, let's start with the live analysis for your special request at 46 minute AMAT. Let's start with this one, which is applied material. Yes. Okay, we did this before, so let's go all-time history. All right, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay. Yes, in this wave 5, we are in several 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finished, and we're looking for the wave 4 in the blue count right now. Okay, and it looks like the things are still on the way for it. If we move inside this wave 4, we are looking here at double 1, 2 so far. Yes, one, or even an impulse, honestly. Well, the price is not really nice to see, but I mean, the candles are not very clear. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here can be, yeah, can be clear. Here we go. You might have start with your wave 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside. Okay, so here we go. And yeah, let's see the target if reached. Yeah, you might expect a little bit lower, probably. Preferably, of course, to hit this area between 167 and 157. Okay, so probably it might drop a little bit down again. Okay, that is for you applied material. Sorry, let me just arrange this into hours chart. Here we go. All right. The next one is the silver. All right, yeah, let's see the silver, by the way. And Mr. Stevenio, hi, can you take a look at the trade desk? Yes, Definitely. Trade desk. We'll see what is that. Okay, so we were in the silver. Let's see the silver, what it did. We were expecting the $50 for the silver. Oh, we see a drop for the silver. Okay, interesting. But expected also, yes, because we have topped here wave 5. We're expecting a wave 4, but we were expecting wave 4. 1 second, guys. Okay, wave 4 should be taken from this wave 2 here. Yes, so we are perfectly now in the target, I believe, for this wave 4. It looks like we were expecting first in this blue zone. What if we are still corrective and we're still looking for higher? But this was just the first testing, and it has failed. And that means, of course, you are currently in a wave 4 within this scenario, right? As a 1, 2, wave 3 finished, and you're looking for wave 4. Yes, perfect. So based on the timing as well, let's don't forget the time, because it's very essential. Not an invalidation, not a rule, but very, very helpful to estimate the things. Here we go. For example, it says right now that it's too early to move toward the upside. You didn't reach even the 0.618 for a wave 4, which it should be at least 1-to-1 fib level. And I think here this is a finished impulse extended wave 5, wave A, B, and a C. You might see even lower, guys. Okay, I'm expecting even lower, honestly. Yep, for the silver. In an A, B, and a C. But currently, it's still looking for a little bit higher first. Sorry. No, what's wrong with me? Mini magenta. All right, here we go. All right, so potentially we might see a wave B. All right, wave B can be the 0.5 fib level normally. Wave B as general. It can be many things. So I prefer just put here. Yeah, let's consider at least minimum 0.38, but also wave B can sometimes hit simply the 0.23, looking like a blitz, and then moving towards the downside. Invalidation, by the way, keep in mind, if the price moves to this invalidation of bullish, meaning the price at 33.64, if the price comes to this area, okay, we're done. It's finished. How it is finished? Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, guys. Okay? This stop can be finished as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you want to count the middle things here, yeah, I mean the micro, it's better, of course, one more move toward the upside. Okay? But if the invalidation was taken, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. All right. Yep. So that is regarding the silver. I'm still looking for higher, but be careful. This drop is very massive. Now we're gonna estimate, of course, after wave B and a C. If we pass the 1-to-1 fib level, yeah, there is a potential that you take the invalidation. Therefore, okay, so be careful if you pass the 1-to-1 fib level. And that means, of course, you finished here in kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is very likely, huh? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exactly. Great. Yep. Let's see SDX at 52. Seagate. Okay, Seagate Technology. All right. Um. Wow. What a leading diagonal. What a leading diagonal. What a big one. Okay. Very rare to see in a all-time history for stocks, but yeah, here we go. Why? Because of course you have ABC zigzag, correction, zigzag. Oh my god, my voice is gone. Everyday videos and live stream. Sorry guys. So we have zigzag wave 1, wave 2, zigzag wave 3, and wave 4. and then of course wave 5 as a zigzag. So 1, 2, and then continuation towards the upside. Yeah, so basically it is perfect as scenario here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, of course, there are some key levels to be watched here for higher. So be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Here we go. So the thing right now is if we pass the 1-to-1 fib level for a wave 5, which is not allowed to be longer. Here we go. Wave 5 diagonal, where you are perfectly right now in the perfect fib levels for wave 5 as a zigzag also, which is nice. Now, if the price continues for higher and hit the 302, okay, what does it mean, guys? It means definitely here you are in multiple 1-2s. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and another 1, 2, and another 1, 2. Okay, but which I doubt it. But I mean, yeah, this is what it might happen in case you take the 302. You don't have any other option if this happens. Okay, unless of course we take a W, X, and a Y. Therefore, okay, wave Y might be a longer zigzag, A, B, and a C, right? But still looking for higher at the end because it's gonna be impulsive, right? Yep. So interesting. This is what you need to watch right now. Now, if we move internally inside it, is this impulse finished? Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 3, 4, and a 5. Yes, this is the last move. Okay, this is the last move here. So you are looking at potentially what an impulse. This is your wave 3, wave 5 over 1. Here we go. So as a target here, as in confluence, yes, you are very close, okay? Now you might reach the 1-to-1 fib level, of course, as precision here. Because you have 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for wave 3, 4, and a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, ABC, expanding flat wave 4 and a 5, yes. Okay, yeah, so this is the last leg. Yeah, it might finish anywhere here. So, yep, that is for STX. All right, NVO at 56. Okay. Camel Blue, Copper. I think we are too late for today, but maybe tomorrow, of course, buddy, with pleasure. I mean, tomorrow I think it is Friday, but maybe in the weekend we're gonna have, of course, the weekend live stream as usual. NVO, you told me, Paul. What is Paul? Let me search. Here we go, Paul. Yes. So NVO yesterday, wrong exchange. It was my fault. Okay. All right. So which exchange do you mean exactly? Um, because I think we did this yesterday. I think so. No, no, that is nothing there. Maybe this is the right one. Looking for Paul to answer, but if not, I'm gonna move on with it. So I think this is NVO, right? So okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave 3, wave 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 5 finished. And that's why you're looking at a lot of red here. So yeah, be careful. It's a finished impulse, meaning you're looking here at the large wave 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which it might be, of course, this one. Or you are looking for a big ABC. A, B, and a C, which is also this one. Okay. Targets for a wave 2 are the following. Wave 2, inside this blue zone, of course. Here we go. Yeah, it might be deeper. Okay, so be careful. Now, if you want to take the linear, well, yeah, you already passed it. So you are in the perfect fib levels, but obviously this is very impulsive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And be careful. It might be a 1, 2 here. Let me check. Oh, yes. You hit the 0.38. Be careful. It might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 towards the downside. Okay. Or it might be, of course, an ABC here. A, B, and a C. But still, you're looking for very low price. So be careful. It's very impulsive downward. Yep. So the targets here might still be hit. Might still be hit even in an ABC zigzag. Okay. Which is $8.78. That's too much. So be careful with this one. Okay. That was for NVO. NWL at 59. NWL, which is okay. Is it this one, guys? Is it this fresh one, NASDAQ? Okay, no, I think this is the one. Okay. Yep. Not bad, not so bad. All right, so we have, yes, this is your wave 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, yes. And then you have another. Okay, very complex one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Internally, the wave 5 is 1, 2, 3, wave 4. You can see the tick here. Yeah, this correction, which is very shallow based on the wave 2, which I don't like it. Yeah, and therefore, I'm gonna consider this. Yeah, honestly. Oh, is it the wrong one? NWL in ASX. Okay, ASX. Okay. Oh, okay. It's different then. Okay. If this is the one, did you took the low? Yes. This is your low here. Okay. And that means, of course, you start a psychology from there, and you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna start from there. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, yes, it can be because wave 1 still shorter. Let me check. Yes, definitely. Okay. I was like, wave 3 is shorter than wave 5, but of course is longer than wave 1. So yes, it can be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 5 here. And of course, this is related to a very small 1, 2 here, wave 3, 4, and a 5, right? Otherwise, you get invalidation of this impulse, yeah? So here we go. And then you have another 1, 2 here. And that's why you have this very shallow wave 4, 4 and a 5. And this is a yellow. Here we go. And that's why you have, based on this small wave 2, as you can see, you have a very small, also shallow wave 4. So wave 5 not finished yet, I would say. You can still expect a little bit higher based on the wave 3. You are looking at this target. Here we go. Okay. This is an all-time history. Now on the daily, if you get inside this move, you can see, of course, let me arrange just the folders first. So this is quickly. Okay. So inside this wave 5, you would like to see, of course, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You finished a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, this is your gray scenarios. This is how you're going to reach the blue zone. Okay, 3, 4, and a 5. You still need a wave 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, maybe higher. It can be even higher, yeah, but the most common is this area first. Okay, so this is potential scenarios here. All right, the next one is UNH, which is at 1 hour 3 minutes. UNH, I think we do this many times. Yeah, I remember this one, which is dropping massively, and yeah, I'm still looking for the same target. Nothing has changed. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This blue box still has to be taken. Why? Because you have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you have 1, 2, 3 right now. Your wave 4 in the orange scenario has to hit, of course, this target. And you have passed the 0.23 already impulsively. And that means you're still looking for ABC at least as well. Okay? Meaning after you finish this impulse, if you don't reach this area right now, you're going to reach it later as AB and a C zigzag. You're very welcome, Marshalls. Yep. Okay, guys. So A, B, and a C. It's not necessarily to take it directly with this move down. Okay. Again, I repeat: A, B, and a C. Okay. Nothing new for UNH trade desk. Let's see this one. 1 hour 05. Okay, trade desk. I think the trade desk, NASDAQ. TTD. All right. We did this before. Obviously, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave A, wave 1. Okay, as all-time history. ABC, ABC. Yeah, obviously, you got a big corrective wave here finished with an impulse, and you're moving toward the upside exactly as expected. And obviously, this is a um, very old analysis. I know it from the presentation. Here we go. Wave 2. So, yeah. Yeah, obviously you have hit the target 1.38 or around it, and a very corrective wave. Bearded chemist, we just finished UNH, buddy, at 1 hour 03. Yeah, so here we go. Basically, if you are looking for higher, let's move for the 2 hours chart here. So wave 2, okay. Oh, okay. I was expecting still 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Is that true? Oh, okay, interesting. Invalidation of bearish, that's true. Okay. Okay. All right. We have to think a little bit here. So if we 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, no, I think it is. I think it is done, guys, like that. Yes, this is much more evident, and that because wave 4 cannot be so much longer in time rather than wave 2. So yes, finished as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll move simply impulsively. Okay, so no need for this even. I believe this is an impulse there. 1, 2, and wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 3, 4, and a 5. You're still looking for higher. Okay, and I believe you're gonna take the high targets in a bigger view. Here we go. Let me reduce this for you. Okay, so targets, this should be a wave 3. Okay, let's do better targeting here. So basically, if we are in a wave 1 here, so since we have finished wave 2, we can have right now, of course, the target for wave 3. Here we go. Yes. Wave 3 as an impulse. Here we go. Now, this is, of course, very logarithmic. I'm going to keep it, of course, linear first. We pass this, and then, of course, after we pass it, then we bring it as logarithmic again, in case we pass it, of course, just to keep the things safer, right? So targets for wave 3 normally is between this area. Now, be careful. You might be not just in a wave 3, you might be also in a wave A, meaning you're looking after a wave C, which is this blue scenario. Wave C is going to reach only the 1-to-1 fib level, 138, which is barely taking the high, by the way. Therefore, preferably that you are in wave 3 here. 3, 4, and a 5, of course. Yep, so that was it for today for the stock market. You're very welcome, Mr. Stevenio. All of you guys, you are very welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support and your kind words. And don't forget, of course, to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and I wish you to have a nice trading